Blessed day, everyone, to our viewers and especially to our Philippine history teacher. I am Prince Didin, your speaker for today. It is our pleasure to present to you the history debate of 2022. And the topic of our debate is about the Christmas in the Philippines. So first, before we were going to start to our debate session, I would first introduce to you the members of each group and what round they were going to speak. In the opposing team, Giselle and Albacid is the speakers of the first round. Mark Vincent Piola and Jus Chris Francisco is the speakers of the second round. And the speakers of the third round is Matt Galesio and Albacid Maulana. Reminders, in this first round, you will be given 3 minutes to state your evidences and views. And to all debaters, good luck.
Round 1. Affirmative speaker.
The motion for today's debate is the site of the first mass in the Philippines was held in LIMASAWA, Southern Leyte, Visayas. Our team would like to specify first the definition of mass is that this is known as a practice among Christian people to honor and to worship their God. And for our argument, it was Easter Sunday, March 31, 1521, when the first Mass in the Philippines was celebrated by Pedro Valderan, a priest with the Magellan expedition in Limasawa. According to the account of Pegapeta Antonio and Francisco Aldo, two eyewitnesses of Magellan's voyage, based on their geographical location provided, the island of Limasawa in southern Leyte is the counterpart. So, we, the affirmative team, strongly supports the motion of this debate that the first mass here in the Philippines was held in Limasawa and not in Butuan.
Jamie De Vera states that the first mass was celebrated in Limasawa, not in Butuan. Historian Pablo Pastor, starting by footnote to Francisco Colin Labor, Evangelika and Magellan did not to go to Butuan, but from Limasawa to Cebu. Father Bernard studied all the Picapetas maps, which place in Mazao of the southern tip of the larger island of Leyte. A check with the modern maps will show that these trips with Limasawa and not Mazao or Butuan.
Opposing speaker.
Good morning, everyone. We are the opposing team. I am Giselle Udilla from BSIT 82 the first speaker from the opposing team. We strongly oppose the proposition. We disagree with their arguments. We claim that this Mazawa and Butuan. The site of the first mass was in the Philippines, as approved in historian de Mindanao Yeholo, written by Francisco Camps, who worked as a missionary in the Philippines, states that Magellan went to Butuan because they heard the king of Butuan was more powerful and they wanted to meet him. It is said there that their expectations were satisfied by the king and they planted a cross on a hill in a solemn ceremony or a sign of future alliance. In Francisco Collins' work, the first mass occurred the same day planted the cross. For that reason, we believe that the first mass occurred in Butuan.
Good morning to all of you. In 1872, a master was raised in Agusan, the place where the first mass was believed to have been held with changes in place names and in the course of the Agusan. The marker's location is now the town of Magellan's across the river from Butuan City. It was in 1521 when Ferdinand Magellan went ashore on an island called Mazawa and asked his chaplain to celebrate what became known as the first Mass in the Philippines.
Round 2. Affirmative speaker. Opposing speaker.
The earliest recorded Mass in the Philippine territory was held in Limasawa on March 31, 1521. It was officiated by Pedro Villarama, chaplain of the Magellan Elcano expedition. That day in Roman Catholic calendar was Easter Sunday. In Albo's account, he didn't mention the first Mass Pigapetta. On the other hand, mentioned the first Mass was held in Limasawa on Easter Sunday, March 31, 1521. The first Catholic Mass held in the Philippines, and it so proved a point stands about the first Mass in Butuan City. It's Masaw, not Limasaw, southern Leyte. The first Mass held in Masaw, not Limasawa. It was mentioned that the king came to their ship in Balanghay, Butuan, is now the site of at least 9 excavated Balanghay relics. Contact Limasawa was no significant archaeological relics of Balanghay tradition. Among the evidence, decades after 1521 Easter Sunday Mass, as well as the 1872 monument in Magellan Agusan del Norte.
Another evidence is the expedition traveled 20 to 25 nautical leagues or 111 km to 139 km. Also, according to the Antonius Brigade, the distance to Cebu from Mazao was 300 leagues or 194 km. While the distance from Limasawa Leyte to Cebu is only 229 km. It was also mentioned that the king came from their ship in the Balanghay. Limasawa has no significant archaeological relics or Balanghay tradition, while the Butuan is now from site of least 9 exhibited Balanghay relics. And there are 3 is the abundance of gold in the Agusan Valley. Historical theories say who organized, supported the Limasawa claim, and also claim that it is high time for contemporary history that the Philippines government to correct their mistakes and accept that the first Christian Mass was celebrated in Masaw, Butuan.
Round 3. Affirmative speaker.
I agree that the first Mass happened in the Limasawa. There's more credible evidence that the first Mass happened in the verse. Francisco Alva diary which states that Magellan's expedition is going towards the southern end of Limasawa. Second, Antonio Pigapeta's testimony regarding the route of the expedition. He also has maps and sketches that leads to Limasawa. Francisco Alva and Antonio Pigapetta are credible sources because they are part of the Magellan's expedition. 3. Is the Legazpi expedition one of the destinations of the expedition leads to Limasawa? Another information that support the claim in Limasawa is the Republic Act 2750. The act declares that first Mass in the Philippines are created. The first Mass happened in Limasawa because Butuan evidence are not sufficient.
The first Mass in the Philippines took place in Limasawa and not in Butuan. It is not just because of lack of evidences, but because of inconsistency of facts as well. Take for an instance that the inconsistency of Magellan's route, the date, and the spellings of places and persons involved as presented by various historians supporting the Butuan tradition. According to Father Francisco Colin, a historian, Magellan arrived at Butuan first, then to Limasawa and then to Cebu. However, Father Francisco Combes, a Jesuit writer, has another contention to him that Magellan visited Limasawa twice. Magellan's route, based on his statement, was from Limasawa to Butuan, then back to Limasawa and then to Cebu. On April 7, 1521, first Mass did not took place in Butuan because of its presentation of the wrong date. He cited with Sunday instead of Easter Sunday. These were just few of the inconsistent information presented in the Butuan tradition, which made it so absurd. I mean, how come one believe this tradition when you are fed with different versions of stories from different mouths?
Opposing speaker.
The reasons of the first step is taking territory in the name of God, and King Ferdinand Magellan ordered a Mass to be celebrated during the 31st of March, 1514. On Easter Sunday, it was officiated by Friar Pedro Valderrama. Gines de Mafia historical account was a Portuguese or Spanish explorer who sailed to the Philippines in 16th century. Independent scholar Vicente C. de Jesus said that these historians do not consider the eyewitness account of Gines de Mafia one of the voyage which Boyster the Butuan claimed. He would also claim that the some parts of the Ambrosiana Codex on which the Limasawa claim was founded was largely mistranslated.
Advocates Book, a book backing claims that this city was the site of the first Catholic Mass country, launched Wednesday afternoon at the Balanghay Hotel. Butuan to pursue claims it was the site of the first Mass in RP 485 years ago. The local securities, church officials, as well as the historian repealings of a petition to a National Historian Institute or NHI, arresting the Butuan city, particularly Mazawa Island. Barangay Pinamangkulan was the official site of the first Mass on Easter Sunday in 1521.